Hey guys, welcome back. A few weeks ago I mentioned on my channel that I was going to be doing some different stuff, sort of some other projects and things with the channel. Well, this is one of them. A few weeks ago I was contacted by the folks at Chamberlain and they wanted me to do sort of a short video on one of their new garage door opener systems, the security bundle that they put out. Now, two things. One is I sort of already have that. I have a Chamberlain garage door. It has Wi-Fi built into it. It does not have the security feature, but I already know that Chamberlain is a pretty good garage door opener and I'm happy with mine. So, my father-in-law, mother-in-law just got a garage door a few weeks ago and they needed an opener. So this was sort of a perfect storm of events where everything came together. Got a garage door opener system with the security bundle from Chamberlain and they sent it to me. I'm going to do a quick video of showing me installing this unit. It's specific to this unit. Parts might be slightly different, but the overall process and project will be about the same. So check it out. That you attach to the end of the belt, and that's what you use to tension. So that spring attaches to the carriage, and then you'll see here in just a second, after you get that sort of hand snug, you push off this little clip, and it makes the spring attach or tighten the belt down. Put the cover back on the belt, then I prop the door up, and we're trying to get the door to its maximum height here, so that would be marked on the door. We then followed the measurements on the instructions. We marked that up. I think it was an inch or an inch and a half. And we used the bracket that's used to mount the to attach the rail to the wall up above the door. There's some bolts included in the kit. You take those bolts and you basically attach those. We pre-drilled some holes in the wall and attach those use those to attach the bracket up above the door. And then inside the kit there are 3 different pins. You want to make sure that you've got the right pin here for the particular part. And on this piece you use the longest pin. So you take the longest pin. You're going to need a ladder and maybe some help here to prop this thing up. And you want to line the hole with the rail in the end there, put the pin through it, and then there's a little spring clip or a little ring clip here that you use. Important to put that in there. That holds the pin in so that the pin doesn't come out. You then want to measure the distance of the motor so that the motor is the right distance above the door when the door is open. And you also want to get horizontally in the garage, determine where the rails are so that they're centered with the motor when the motor is centered in the garage. Just take measurements off your door and figure that out. Then you want to prop the motor up so that the motor is, based on the way we had it mounted, about an inch and a half above the door. So we just put a 2x4 up there. Then we prop the motor up so that the motor was actually sitting on the ladder. And we've got our inch and a half from the rail to the door. We then measured down from the ceiling, in this case, down to the motor. And it's a quick note there that those rails on the top are not included with the unit. The down rails, the down brackets there are. So depending on your unit, that will mount different ways. The next thing was to put the wires in. We had some pre-wired pieces, but we went ahead and used the wires that were included with the sensors with the door. There's 2 sensors, one that goes on each side of the door at the bottom. And we pulled those wires up, basically drilled holes up in the ceiling there of the garage, and then we poked those down right about where the garage door was there. There was a wire that goes over to the control pad that goes on the wall inside of the garage. Basically it's 2 wires, doesn't matter what 2 wires you use. The particular wire that we already had in the wall was just a communications wire. We use that. As long as you match up the 2 terminals there with the 2 terminals on the side of the unit. A couple screws there, and that is mounted to the wall. We put that by the door going into the house. Next step was attach those same wires up on the unit. You can see those there. Now, depending on the particular door you have, you're going to need to put some blocking or some brackets on your door. This will really be specific to your door, and we determined that we mounted ours this way so that the force would be spread across the door, across those 2 vertical brackets. You can see there we've got the bracket mounted. We've got it centered. And then we take this L piece, and this uses another one of the pins in the kit. Check your instructions. I believe this was the shorter pin. Then we used some bolts and some lock nuts and some washers here to attach the extension arm to the bracket that connects the door to the rail, or to the carriage on the rail. And these were attached here. You can use these to adjust your distance if you need to. Next thing was to mount the sensors down at the bottom. They have to sit off the wall just a little bit so that they will, in our particular case, so that they will be the right distance and not interact with the door. Next thing here is the security latch. This has a bolt. You actually drill a set of holes in the rail, and when the door shuts, this goes across the door so that the door is actually physically deadbolted. You could pull it up. It looks like about 6 or 8 inches there. But that's it. Another cool feature is that this has a battery backup, so if your power goes out, you can still use your remote and you can still open your door using the power. Just a couple of leads there. And attach the battery, slide the battery in. Then you've got the keypad on the outside here. You can program your own key codes, 4-digit codes, so that you can get in from the outside of the garage without using one of your other 2 wireless remotes or your app, which I will show you in just a minute. So you get ready to open the door, you hit the remote on the wall, the lock comes open, the door goes up, and then when you get ready to put it down, you put the door down and the lock will automatically shut as soon as it gets to the bottom. One of the other cool features about this thing, and this is what I really like, and this was one of the things that I told my in-laws, is that this is real, something that I use a lot, is this garage door opener system by Chamberlain is Wi-Fi enabled. What that means is I can put an app on my phone, or they can put an app on their phone, and it will enable them from anywhere in the world to open or close and see the status of the garage door opener. So they have an app on their phone. You can go to the app and you can hit the button here and it will open the door. And it will tell you that the door is opening, and it will tell you when the door is open and when it's closed. And then I can also use the app to put the door down. Alright guys, that's it for this one. You got any questions or comments, leave those in the comment section down below. Also hit me up on Facebook and Instagram, as there's other content that I post on there throughout the week that does not make it to my YouTube channel. So that's it for now. See you next time.